in the Czech firm's history.
Now we all know that Skoda makes good cars, but they're still not seen as truly desirable. However, this could be the car to change all that. And to find out, I'm going to see if the Škoda Kodiaq, which I'm actually going to call the Škodiaq for short, has the comfort, the allure and the technology to mix it with posher SUVs. After all, Skoda wanted to charge up to £35,000 for this car. Now, if you click up there to go to carwow.co.uk, you can compare offers from dealers and buy at a price you're confident in. On an average, people save £3,600 on a new car through CarWow.
The Škodiaq is a very practical car. As well as this 5-seater, you can get it with 7 seats. And it's smart looking too. In fact, it's in danger of overshadowing the Volkswagen Tiguan, with which it shares many of its parts.
Actually, there's no real need to speculate, is there? We can use the power of the internet to decide. So what I want you to do is click up there to vote which you guys think is the smartest looking car, the Kodiaq or the Tiguan. Do you know what? I wish I could time travel so I could see what you guys said.
And as every physicist knows, you can't talk about time without mentioning space. And the Škodiaq is vast, like the universe.
As you can see, there's absolutely loads of room back here. Now, this seat is my usual driving position. That's because it's a left-hand drive European car. When we get the right-hand drive UK cars, I'll do a full in-depth normal CarWow review on it. But for now, let's keep things scientific. So what I'm going to do is show you just how huge it is. So if I measure from the seat base, now come on, to the seat back, I've got 80 centimetres there. From the base again to here, look at this, I was good at DIY. I've got a metre, and across the seats, I've got 130 centimetres. I mean, it's massive, isn't it? Absolutely massive. In fact, there's enough room for me to just kind of lie down and hibernate. Maybe like a Kodiak bear.
Sorry, that gag was rather corny and not in keeping with the fact this car is supposed to move Skoda up market. But does this extend to the driving experience?
Recently, I drove the new Audi Q5 and I did a couple of scientific tests measuring its comfort levels and noise levels with special apps on my phone. I'm going to do the same with this Škoda Kodiaq. So I did those trials at 50 miles an hour, and that's what we're doing now. So I'm going to put the noise meter on and see what we're getting. So there you go, I've got a reading, 71 decibels. Now, in the Audi Q5, I've got 68 decibels, and that's the difference between normal conversation at 3 feet for the Audi, and this is more like busy traffic. So it is noticeably louder in the back. I'm going to put the vibrate-ometer on now. There we go, got a reading, and it's saying 6.4. Now, with the Audi, I had a reading of 5, and 5 is rather strong shaking, dish is broken, whereas this 6.4 is heavy furniture moved. And yeah, I mean, it's reasonably comfy in the back here, but it's not quite up to premium car standards in terms of noise insulation and comfort.
To be fair, the Audi was on air suspension and this Skoda is on normal adaptive dampers, which are optional. But still, this is without doubt a new high mark for Skoda comfort.
As for the handling, well, you know, I wouldn't describe it as sporty, but it certainly isn't grisly either. Sorry about that. I bet your eyes are rolling at that awful bear joke. But I tell you what, this Kodiaq isn't rolling too much in the corners. I mean, it stays fairly flat actually, and it's got loads of grip, kind of almost hugs the road, a bit like a bear, big bear hug. Okay, I promise, no more bear gags. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with how this thing drives. Even on a twisty road, you know, I think it drives as well as many premium SUVs, such as a Land Rover Discovery Sport. Just don't expect it to be quite so good off-road, even with four-wheel drive.
Also, you don't quite sit so high as in the Land Rover, so you don't feel quite so important. But the view out is still very good, and so too is the view of the dash. But what about the quality?
To find out, I'm going to scrutinise this cabin and see how long it takes for me to find a bit of trim that just feels a bit cheap and nasty. So let's start up here. No, that's damped. Steering wheel feels nice. Dash is all squidgy. This is pretty nice as well. They feel fairly solid actually. I know, the glove box. I mean, look at that, that's damped. Whoa, even that's soft touch. Quite like that as well. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit hard, brittle and scratchy. Kind of clutching at straws really. I think the interior of this is actually higher quality than the Volkswagen Tiguan. Oh dear.
And don't forget, the Skoda is bigger with an absolutely massive boot that's ginormous with all the seats folded. It has a 12-volt socket, hanging rails and seat releases in the boot. It's just a shame about the small load lip and ridge in the floor on this 5-seater version.
This particular car is the 1.4 litre turbo petrol with 150 horsepower. Now it should be able to do 49.6 miles per gallon, but if I look at the trip computer, I'm doing 39.6. Oh.
Overall, this 150 horsepower petrol is pretty gutsy. People wanting to travel fully loaded regularly or tow with this car will be better off going for one of the 2-litre diesels.
If that's the case, then avoid the entry-level S model because you can only get it with the slowest engines. So upgrade to the SE because then the whole engine range is available. Plus, that model's got all the kit you really need, including this lovely 8-inch coloured touchscreen. I mean, I love the graphics on it. They're really sharp. It's very easy to navigate, and I like the way it does that when you move your finger towards it. The only problem is that the shiny screen does mean you leave some grubby fingerprints about the place if you're a little bit greasy like me. It does come as standard with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, plus there's Mirror Link for those poor souls who only have Windows phones. Now, if you want your Skoda to feel properly posh, then you'll need this SEL model because then you get luxury items like Alcantara on the seats. It's all nice to feel an Audi-like. Kind of got a little bit sexual then, and I don't know why.
And like with many premium cars, you can spec up your Kodiaq with a range of items like adaptive cruise control, LED lights inside and out, and all-round cameras with a 3D mode, which is a little bit weird. Yet there are still those family-friendly bits you'd expect from a Skoda, like a torch in the boot that's magnetic, picnic tables with cup holders, and umbrellas in the doors, just like a Rolls-Royce.
The Skoda Kodiaq starts from £21,500, so it's pretty blooming good value for money, isn't it? And still very much a Skoda then. But if you spend some more on it, you can upgrade this car to something that has the appeal to genuinely take on some premium badge rivals.
If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and click on our logo to subscribe. Click on the video windows to watch our review of the Volkswagen Tiguan and the Seat Ateca.